Leo Tolstoy was born in Yasnaya Polyana, Russia, on September 9, 1828. He was the fourth of 5 children of Count Nikolai Tolstoy and Countess Maria Tolstaya. His family was wealthy and well-connected, and they enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle on their estate, where they had many servants. As a child, Tolstoy was educated by tutors and spent much of his time reading books. He showed an early interest in writing and began writing short stories in his early teens. When he was 16, he began studying law at Kazan University, but he left after a year and a half without completing his degree. After leaving university, Tolstoy returned to Yasnaya Polyana and tried his hand at farming. But he was not successful. In 1851, he joined the Russian army and served as an officer in the Crimean War. He later wrote about his experiences in a series of sketches and short stories. Tolstoy's first literary success came in 1852, when he published his autobiographical trilogy Childhood, Boyhood, and Youth. These works were praised for their realistic portrayal of life in rural Russia and for their insight into the psychology of children and young people. In 1862, Tolstoy married Sofia Andreevna Bayers, a young woman from a wealthy Moscow family. They had 13 children together, and Tolstoy was deeply devoted to his family, although his relationship with Sofia was often strained. Tolstoy's most famous works are his novels, which include War and Peace, Anna Karenina, and Resurrection. War and Peace, published in 1869, is considered one of the greatest novels ever written. It tells the story of several Russian families during the Napoleonic Wars and explores themes of love, war, and history. Anna Karenina, published in 1877, is another masterpiece of world literature, telling the story of a woman trapped in a loveless marriage who embarks on an affair that leads to tragedy. Resurrection, published in 1899, is a novel about a wealthy nobleman who falls in love with a peasant girl and tries to redeem himself after abandoning her and ruining her life. Tolstoy's writing was not only admired for its literary quality but also for its philosophical and moral depth. Tolstoy was deeply interested in questions of spirituality and social justice, and his later works reflect his growing commitment to pacifism and Christianity. In 1879, Tolstoy underwent a spiritual crisis that led him to renounce his wealth and status and embrace a life of poverty and simplicity. He became a vegetarian, gave up smoking and drinking, and took up carpentry and other manual labor. He also became deeply involved in social and political activism, advocating for the rights of the poor and oppressed and criticizing the Russian government and the Russian Orthodox Church. Tolstoy's radical views made him a controversial figure in Russian society, and he was often denounced by both conservatives and liberals. In 1901, he was excommunicated from the Russian Orthodox Church for his views on religion and morality. Tolstoy's later years were marked by increasing disillusionment with the world around him. He became more and more critical of modern civilization and yearned for a return to a simpler, more natural way of life. He also became estranged from his family, who were often at odds with his views and lifestyle. In 1910, at the age of 82, Tolstoy left his estate and set out on a journey to find a place where he could live a more ascetic life. He became seriously ill along the way and was taken in by a railway worker's family, where he died on November 20, 1910. Tolstoy's influence on Russian literature and culture cannot be overstated. His works are still widely read and studied, and his ideas on morality, spirituality, and social justice continue to inspire people around the world. His legacy has also had a significant impact on the development of modern literature and philosophy, and he is considered one of the greatest writers of all time. Despite his immense fame and success, Tolstoy remained a complex and contradictory figure throughout his life. He was both a champion of the people and a member of the nobility, a pacifist who served in the military, and a spiritual seeker who was excommunicated from the church. He was a deeply flawed and imperfect human being, but his struggles and his search for meaning and purpose continue to resonate with readers and thinkers today.